Ooh, it's a hot one out here. I'm out running around, and I was like, let me stop for a second. So it's my weekend. I'm trying to get some stuff done, and I figured I would come on, and it's been a while. I ain't been posting no videos, so world's crazy right now. Just a lot going on, and you know, I feel like you could say something about everything, but having the right words to say and when is so, it's such wisdom, you know, to speak upon certain things. But you know, all the stuff in the media, you know, the wars going on, you know, all this gender equality and all this stuff that's happening that they're talking about. I'll just be quiet on that stuff for right now. I just want to send some encouragement, because I was talking to some people when I went to take my car this morning to get an oil change, and you know, it's like we all get boxed in to this, like, you know, we all have to think the same, we all have to act the same, we all have to get in line and be the exact same and believe the same and think the same. And you know, with some of the stuff that's going on, you see people trying to shove beliefs down your throat. Okay, so right now with everything going on about the gender equality, and you will accept this, and a man can be a woman can be a man, you know, we're gonna shove this down your throat and you're gonna eat this, and if you don't agree with this, then you are full of hate and something's wrong with you because you don't think like this, and then you're attacked and bullied, and basically you know, what they call it, cancel culture, basically, if you don't think the same, right? So what's any different than back in the day when you know, there were things about like Christians and, you know, pushing the agenda hatefully at times, you know, not always in the right way, where people would try to shove religion down your throat, and people were pissed off and they were mad about it, and you can't do that. This is no different, right? It's no different. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic, and that's not even why I came on. But it's all good, right? So I just wanted to share some encouragement with you, as far as encourage yourself to grow. Do what you need to do to grow. You know, you have to get out of a mindset that I'm a victim, and push yourself to do things maybe you wouldn't normally do. Push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Stop telling yourself, I can't do it, there's no way this is possible. And looking back on some things in my own life, I'm like, gosh, I don't even know how I could have done it. Like, at my age now, and then that's been about probably 18, 20 years ago. But I'm like, how did I do all of that? How did I get all that done? It just doesn't seem attainable. It doesn't seem possible. So I can see how we can get stuck in a mindset like, there's no way I can accomplish that. There's no way I can do that. How would I ever get that done? So, you know, I was a 22-year-old when I had my first child. You know, I was working a job. I was a supervisor working in a healthcare office, and I was a supervisor over medical records. I was probably making like $13 an hour back then, maybe not even that, 12, $13, right? And so I had my own apartment. You know, I wasn't living off government assistance. I worked a job. Sometimes I would pick up a second job. I had my own insurance, like just all those things, right? But I knew at the end of the day, I was like, I cannot do this for the rest of my life. I would pay my bills, and then I would put stuff on my credit cards because I couldn't afford all my bills or what I needed. Now, mind you, I wasn't out here just buying stuff that I wanted all the time. No, I wasn't. I was trying to make my basic needs be met. That was it, you know? And I just couldn't do it. So going back, I was 22 years old. My son was 9 months, and I moved home. You know, my parents were going through a divorce at that time, so I did have family support, you know, but I worked for like 2 years full time during the day, and went to school at night part-time. And it took me 2 years to complete all my prereq courses to get into the actual nursing program. Now, when I got into that nursing program, I quit my job. I took out student loans. I ended up in an apartment, government assistance. I didn't pay for it for 2 years. So it took me 4 years to get all this done. And working full time, going to school part-time, had a toddler. Okay, meanwhile, got pregnant again and had another son while I was in the midst of all of this. Going to nursing school, going to clinicals, taking my kids to where they needed to go. You know, and I was just, I'm mind blown right now, because I'm like, I don't know how I did it. I don't know where the energy came from. I just knew I could not live the way I was living for the rest of my life, because it would be nothing but a struggle. That's all I knew. And so I get done with school, you know, I get a job as a nurse. You know, very shortly and quickly after that, it was like, they sent me a letter, you have to start paying for this apartment. Okay. Which I don't mind, whatever, it is what it is. But I lived there for 2 years free. I utilized the system that it was meant to utilize it for, which is to help you come up and get up out of whatever, you know. I didn't come from money. Like, my parents both worked. They had 7 kids. They had family support to help us kids. But, you know, the biggest thing was, you know, graduate high school and get done with school. You know, that was about it. And no shade to them, but that was just what it was. So moved out immediately after I graduated, got my own place, and I seen the real world very quickly that, oh, this is not for me. So I lived on the system for, like I said, those 2 years and got myself ahead. You know, now that I could have sat in a mindset like depressed and upset and stressed out that, you know, I couldn't pay my bills and I was struggling, and I could have blamed people, and instead I fueled that energy into doing something to try to better myself. You know, we have to get out of this mindset it's somebody else's responsibility for my life. No, it's not. You know, I'm responsible for me alone. It's nobody's fault. Even if there's been damage done. I had things happen to me when I was a child. I was molested. I went through so much emotional abuse, and I could use all those things for reasons as to why I should never succeed in life. Because our culture today, or the way things are played out, you should be a drug addict. You should be a prostitute. You should be living on the system. There's no way that you can overcome something that was so traumatic to you. But the reality is, there are people out here that when something happens to you, it doesn't have to define you and be with you for the rest of your life. Yes, there was a lot of healing and damage and whatever, and I still work through some mindsets that are played into, you know, what had happened at times. Like, it ingrains behaviors and habits at times, so you have to unlearn things, right? But all I'm saying is, you can overcome whatever it is that you're in right now. You can. It's nobody else's fault. It's nobody else's responsibility. Yes, it doesn't, what happened to you isn't your fault, but now it's your responsibility to take ownership of your life and do what you feel is necessary for you. Do what you feel is necessary for you to succeed. What is success by your definition for your life? Stop falling into the pattern. We all got to think alike. We all got to think the same. We all got to believe the same. We all got to act the same. No, be an individual. Like, and if I don't agree with your opinion and you don't like mine, fine, I can still respect you, but I'm not going to force what I think on you, and you're not going to force what you think on me. And ain't that what culture's trying to do right now? Is force thought processes on you. You will think like this. You will act like this. You will accept this. No, I'm independent. I think I have my own freaking mind, and you should too. Stop believing and stop being scared to think differently. I'm biracial, so I tell my sisters, and me and my sister say this all the time, hey, we got the best. I can talk about black people, white people. It's joking, but you get what I'm saying. Like, we literally have been ingrained into 2 cultures, you know, and just because I'm black, you know, doesn't mean I'm this or I'm that or I'm that. Or just because I'm white doesn't mean I'm this or I'm that or I'm that. Like, it stereotypes, and it puts us into like, I hate it. I just hate it. But anyway, another rant. Sorry about that. Just do you. Do what is in your best interest for your life, what is going to grow you, what is going to build you. Let God lead you and teach you what you need to do for you. Don't listen to the media. Don't listen to the world. You don't have to agree. You don't have to fit in. Be different. Just be different and do you, boo. Anyway, it's good talking to y'all. I got a long day because I got a lot of stuff I'm trying to get done today and cram into my 2-day weekend. But that's all right. All right, y'all, be blessed. Hopefully I'll come on. I don't know. I just ain't been. Nope. I'm just not usually doing videos right now, and it is what it is. So I just feel led to encourage you today and push you to be your best self. So I love you guys. You be blessed, and Peace.